Hey, what's up, everyone? Ralph here. So let's talk about Nvidia, right? So Nvidia has been having a pretty rough week, right? Ever since their earnings report came out on Tuesday, their stock has been going down ever since. And it's not because of their earnings report, because based on the report, everything looked good, right? They met expectations, revenue looked good, earnings looked good. So that's not the reason why they went down. So I think for a lot of people, investors are concerned about the restrictions that's being put on them when it comes to selling their products to over their business dealing with China. And in this video, we're going to talk about that. We're going to go over like some of the charts, their stocks, and what's causing it. So a big reason is what's going on is like Nvidia's delaying the rollout of one of the new AI chips that's designed specifically for China, right? It's called the H2O, right? And it's being delayed according to one report because of the U.S. restrictions. So they want to make sure that they're complying with the U.S. rules. Another report says because I think some of the chips weren't integrating with some of the products. So based on the report, regardless, it's going to be delayed, and I think it's not coming out until the first quarter of 2024. So because of this delay, because of what's going on with that, it's caused their stock to go down this whole week. So if we take a look at their stock real quick, boom, here goes to Nvidia. So yesterday they were down almost 2%, right? For the week they're down a little over 3%. But year to date, if you look at year to date, they're still doing pretty good. 226%. So they're still doing pretty good. But this week was pretty rough because of these issues that they're dealing with when it comes to China. So let's read a report, a quick article about what's going on with the stock. So it says, Nvidia is reportedly delaying the rollout of new artificial intelligence chip designed to comply with U.S. restrictions on exports to China. Nvidia stock slipped in morning trade on Friday. So Nvidia has told customers in China that it's delaying the launch of the H2O, one of three new AI chips that the chip giant is developing in order to comply with new export restrictions, Reuters reported, citing unnamed sources. The process launch has been pushed back to the first quarter of 2024, report said. Nvidia stock fell 1.9% to close on 477.76. The impact of the U.S. Trade restrictions on China has been a growing concern for Nvidia investors. Nvidia stock rallied 2 weeks ago on reports on the semiconductor company was about to unveil new AI chips for customers in China. But the shares also retreated this week after Nvidia posted quarterly results. The company beat Wall Street's projections, but missed lofty whisper numbers for its outlook. Nvidia Chief Financial Officer Colette Kress warned that the U.S. restrictions will have a substantial impact on sales in China. The export controls will have a negative effect on our China business, and we do not have a good visibility into the magnitude of the impact even over the long term. Nvidia has emerged as a dominant player in the market, processing cable and handling the massive computing process. And if you look at CNBC, it says, all right, so the new chip called the H2O has been delayed due to issues servers manufacturers were having while integrating the semiconductor into their products, Reuters reported. So regardless of what's going on, it's still having issues when it comes to dealing with China, whether it's the restrictions or whether the chips are not integrating with products. This is causing their stock to drop. And that's crazy too, because if you look at the charts, especially a lot of people invested in Nvidia, they were looking for the stock price to break above that 500 resistance, right? So it was bouncing off the resistance right there, and we thought, a lot of people expected it to break through, but obviously you can see that it hit that resistance and it goes right back down. So obviously this is a concern for a lot of investors, and people are worried about that. So the biggest concerns obviously is the U.S. restrictions, how that's going to impact their revenue in terms of their earnings dealings with China. And Nvidia said that was something they did mention, that they weren't worried too much about it. Obviously, that's an issue, but they said they're going to try and offset, obviously their losses from China with other emerging markets. So that's something that they mentioned. But look at this. For me personally, I look at this as an opportunity. If you're someone that obviously believes in Nvidia, you believe in their products and services, then you understand that this could be another buying opportunity, right? You see their stock, down a little bit, so it could be a good opportunity to buy into it long term. But obviously this is a concern for anyone that's invested, right? If China's a huge market, and obviously the fact that they're dealing with China presents a good opportunity. So, but if they're going to present restrictions with the fact of how they deal with business in China, then that obviously could impact their earnings. So this is something that to keep in mind, something to keep in mind and be aware of, and see how it impacts them long term. So So yeah, so that's all I got for you guys today. If you got any comments, questions, make sure to leave it down below. Hit the like button, share, and if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe. All right, so you guys take care and have a good one. Later.